Hare Krishna. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradari Yasodhanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hare Krishna. We will be reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 10, text number 22 to 26. We will read 3.10.22. Gaurajo Mahisa Krishna Gaurajo Mahisa Krishna Sukaro Gavayoruru Sukaro Gavayoruru Dvishapa Pasavasche Dvishapa Pasavasche Avirvrustascha Sattama Avirvrustascha Sattama Gaurajo Mahisa Krishna Sukaro Gavayoruru Dvishapa Pasavasche Avirvrustascha Sattama Gaurajo Mahisa Krishna Sukaro Gavayoruru Dvishapa Pasavasche Avirvrustascha Sattama Gaurajo Mahisa Krishna Sukaro Gavayoruru Dvishapa Pasavasche avirvrushtacha sattama gaurajo maisha Krishna sukaro gavayororo dvishapasa savasche me avirvrushtacha sattama gaurajo maisha Krishna sukaro gavayororo dvishapapa savasche me avirvrushtacha sattama. Mataji. Gaurajo maisha Krishna sukaro gavayororo dvishapapa savasche me Gau, the cow, Ajaha, the goat, Mahishaha, the buffalo, Krishna, a kind of stag, Sukaraha, hog, Gavayaha, a species of animal, Ruruhu, deer, Dvishapaha, having two hooves, Pashava, animals, Cha, also, Ime, all these, Avihi, lamb, Ushtraha, camel, Cha, and Sattama, O purest. O purest Vidura, of the lower animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, hog, Gavaya animal, deer, lamb, and camel all have two hooves. This sloka don't have purport. We'll read further. Karosvo swataro gaura sharabachya maritata ete chaika sapakshakta srunu panchanakan pasun. The horse, mule, ass, gaura, sharaba, bison, and wild cow all have only one hoof. Now you may hear from me about the animals who have 5 nails. Swasrugalo vruko vyagro marjara sesha sallakau simha kapir gajak kurmo goda cha makaradaya. The dog, jackal, tiger, fox, cat, rabbit, sajaru, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, goshapa, etc. all have 5 nails in their claws. They are known as panchanakas, or animals having 5 nails. Kankagrudra bakasyena basa balloka barhina hamsasaraka chakrahva kakolokadaya kaga. The heron, vulture, crane, hawk, basa, balluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, chakravaka, crow, owl, and others are the birds. Arvaksrotacha navamakshatta ekavidon runam rajo adhika karmapara dukkecha sukamanina. The creation of the human beings who are the one species only and who stock their eatables in the belly is the 9th in the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very prominent. Humans are always busy in the midst of misery life, but they think themselves happy in all respects. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. The human being is more passionate than the animals, and thus the sex life of the human being is more irregular. The animals have their due time for sexual intercourse, but the human being has no regular time for such activities. The human being is endowed with a higher advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to his ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advancing in material comforts of life. Thus, his intelligence is misused in the animal propensities, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, instead of spiritual realization. By advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition, but illusioned by the material energy, he always thinks himself happy, even while in the midst of misery. Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by the animals. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Militam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamcha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakanvitam Cha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Ite Namene Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Pachata Deshatarine हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, I seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can speak on this verse for my own purification. This chapter is describing about the 10 kinds of creation. So among the 10 kinds, 6 are called Prakruta, 3 Vaikruta, and 1 is mixed. Prakruta creation means creation done by Mahavishnu. Vaikruta is the creation done by Lord Brahma. And 1 is mixed creation. So in the Prakruta, how the creation of Mahatattva, creation of false ego, creation of the sense devatas, mind, intelligence, and the ignorance, all that is described. There are 6 kinds. In the Vaikruta, last few verses, they are describing the creation of the trees, animals, human beings, and also the devatas which are created by the Brahma. Some of the devatas are created by Mahavishnu during the creation of the 24 elements, and some of the devatas are created by the Brahmaji. These are described. So in this class we will see how the human beings are given the higher facilities because they have higher responsibilities. So what is that responsibility? That responsibility is he need to strive for the spiritual realization. That's why human being is given the higher facilities. And he is also given the higher intelligence. But unfortunately, he is using it for the material comforts of life. And we will see the story of Pururava, how the attraction between man and woman that creates madness, and by the mercy of the Lord and by the sadhu sangha, we can overcome it, and how to have right conception and right consciousness. This we will see today. So these are the various living entities that are created. First, the trees are described. The trees, the nourishment goes from the bottom to top. So trees are called Angripa. Angripa means they drink through the feet. So we can see how from the root they extract the various minerals and all the things, and in that way nourishment goes from the bottom to the top. Whereas in the animals, the nourishment goes horizontal. If we see a cow, it eats the food and the nourishment travels in the horizontal. In the human being, the nourishment goes from the top to bottom. We eat and the food goes to downside. So in that way, Lord created all these universes, and also Brahmaji created the bodies of the various living entities, which is actually a miracle if we think how the creation of universe and creation of these bodies. Some people are having the nourishment from down to top, some are having horizontal, some are having top to bottom. These are all the creation done by the Lord, which is actually very wonderful. When my Guru Maharaj, when he was in Himalayas, he meets one yogi called Bala Shiva Yogi. He says that person is sometime when goes for begging, he demands, give me sweets, like that. But at the same time, when he sits for the sadhana, he is very intense. So after staying with him for a few days, he wants to leave, but he insists, today evening I have a lecture, can you please come? He attends the lecture. Bala Shiva Yogi is sitting on the stage, and he sits on the right side of the left side of that stage. And he keeps his hand like that, he meditates, and when he opens, there is a Shivalinga made with black marble. So he tells that it is not magic. He actually created that. Then he brings with the same hand, he creates ashes, and he does Abhishek of that Shivalinga with the ashes. And all the people in the audience, they are all stunned. They stunned and they get up, and they want to worship him like God. Then he tells, no, these are not, it has nothing to do with the spirituality. It is a material skill. It is called Prapti Siddhi. To get something which is at a distant place, he extends his hand and brings it. So that is called Prapti Siddhi. So it has nothing to do with spirituality. So don't worship me like God. I can create only ashes, but Krishna creates universes. So there is a difference between me and God. Don't worship me like God. In that way, we can see how the creation done by the Lord, various species, how he created, and how he created the universes. It is all a great wonder. The human being is much more passionate than animals. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the human being is much more passionate than the animals. That's why the Sanskrit word that is given here is Rajo Adhika. Raja means passion, mode of passion. Mode of passion is more in the human beings. So Bhagavad Gita describes the qualities of Rajoguna are Trishna and Sangha, hankering and the desires. So human beings have more hankerings than the other animals. He want to lord over material nature. Whatever he says, he want to lord it over. Of course, even the animals and even ants, they also have that Rajogun. They also want to lord it over. A small ant may want to lord over a small hole in the home. It want to live there only. Similarly, a big politician, he may also want to lord it over material nature, but in a huge way. There is one politician, he illegally accumulated so much wealth, and some of the thieves stole 5 crores from his home, but he did not report to police, because if he reports, he will lose more. Later, when the government changed, where they are inquiring for some other case, they came to know that theft happened in his home. So, in that way, human beings always think, get more and more and more. Rajo, hankering. I should live comfortably, my son should live comfortably, my grandson, great-grandson. So, this is how the Rajoguna is more in the human beings. From this Rajoguna comes the Kamayesha, Krodayesha, Rajoguna, Samudbhava. Mahashano, Mahapapma, Vidyayenaiha, Vairinam. So, from this Rajoguna comes the lust and anger, which is the actual enemy of the human beings. And in the Bhagavad Gita it is mentioned, this lust is situated in the senses, mind and intelligence. So that's why if one want to conquer over this Vairina, enemy, he need to actually restrict the senses. That's why Ashtanga Yoga tells, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahar. Don't feed the senses. But that Ashtanga Yoga, which is a glorious path created by the Lord, but it is not very conducive in this age of Kali Yuga. It is not possible to practice in the city environment and with the modern lifestyle. So that artificially restraining the senses, it is not possible. That's why we need to give the senses some positive engagement. So that's why we need to see what we can positive. For example, tongue is there. We want to eat nice food stuff, but instead of restraining it, if we restrain, we feel hunger and something we eat. But give the nice Krishna Prasad. So in that, but don't eat in the hotels. So that is the positive engagement should be given to the senses. That's why when we are in IYS Yatra, while returning, initially the management thing, we thought we will not provide the prasad to the students in the train because already budget is exceeding. Then one senior devotee told, we are teaching them eat only prasad, but we are not creating the facility for them. Like the government is telling, don't litter, don't throw the banana peels here and there, throw in the dustbin. But if they don't keep the dustbin there, it is violence. So similarly, we are also educating people, eat prasad, and if we don't, then by hearing that, we actually provided them the traveling prasad in the train. If in that way, if we give positive engagement, then the senses will be restrained. So that is how we need to engage the senses. For an outside person, it appears that he is doing the same activities. When I was working, my brother asked me, you are also doing the same thing, I am also doing, we are also doing job, I am also doing job. And what is so difference between us? Then I remembered one class at that time, Krishna consciousness, to tell in one word, it is absorption. I told we are absorbed like that. Absorption, it gives. Then he told near our home only in the corner there is one abandoned home. They constructed the home, but some vastu fault is there. No one is staying. People are staying to play cards there, playing cards, gambling. So he told they are more absorbed than you. Those who are playing cards, sometimes the police raids on them to discourage the gambling. So when it happened, he was fully absorbed in seeing Police came and tapped on his shoulder. He's telling, don't disturb, like that. He came to arrest him. So my brother told, they are more absorbed than you. While chanting, you look all over, but he is fully absorbed in it. Then I told him, no, I gave him the example of this tape recorder. Tape recorder, we keep the cassette. There are two wheels. Both are moving. It appears that both are moving, but one of them is gathering more reel around it, and other is shedding the reel around it, reducing the reel. So similarly, they are also doing activities we are also doing, but they are gaining more and more karma. We are losing more and more karma. Then he told, okay, he is satisfied with that. So similarly, of course, we can't give this example now for the new people, new generation. It is like we are trying to teach them unknown concept through another unknown example. So, which has become difficult. Sex life of human beings is more irregular. The animals have their due time for sexual intercourse, but the human being has no regular time for such activities. So I, being from the agriculture background, I observed this. The buffaloes, cows, they mate only for the procreation, that too at the regular intervals only. Other times they don't mate at all. Even the lions, tigers, etc. Many of the animals, they have a regulated sexual intercourse. Of course, some birds are there like pigeons, etc. They mate often for the social bonding, emotional needs, etc. The human being is endowed with a higher advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to his ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advancing in the material comforts of life. So Srila Prabhupada is writing, human being is given the higher consciousness. So he should be using that higher consciousness for spiritual realization, but he is using them for the advancing in the material comforts of life. That's why it is mentioned, ahara nidra bhayamaitunamcha samanameta pasuvi naranam dharmehi tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pasuvi samana. So the eating, sleeping, mating and defending, these are the common between the animals and human beings. Both of them do the same activity. Sometimes when we ask what is the difference, many people say we are intelligent, but actually they also have intelligence. The cat, it waits for the mother to go out of the kitchen, then only it goes to steal the milk. So it means it has the intelligence. But their intelligence is restricted only to the eating, sleeping, mating and defending. But the human beings have the more intelligence by which they can understand they can think, who is God, who am I, and what is the process to go back to Godhead. All these inquiries a human being can do, but the animals, they don't have that much intelligence to think about this. So that's why we don't see many dogs coming and celebrating Kumbh Mela, etc. because 400, 500 dogs are assembling for a Kumbh Mela. That we don't see. But the human beings, last year, 2 years back, 64 crore people assembled for the Kumbh Mela because they know the importance of the taking bath in that holy place. Otherwise, for the dog, it is just a source of water. When it becomes thirsty, go and lick some water there and come back. But human beings, oh, this is a holy place. If I take bath here, if I associate with sadhus here, my consciousness will be elevated. So that intelligence is there for the human species, but for the animals, that is not there. That's why human beings have higher responsibility of striving for the spiritual realization. That's why they are given the higher facilities. When I was doing MTech in IISc, the director building, it is 3 floors. Exclusively his family lives in that. And the professors' buildings, they are 2 BHK, 3 BHK like that. Whereas the lab assistants, they have 1 BHK. So why there are different facilities? Because of the responsibilities they are handling. That director, he has so many papers written in the chemical field, and he contributed so much to the country. So recognizing his responsibility, more facilities are given to him. Similarly, Radha Gopinath Prabhu gives some example. There is one Pandit. So he goes to village and he engages in the debate, or he teaches Shastra. And his assistant, he carries lot of books on his head. And everywhere he goes, they give garland to the Pandit, they respect him. But assistant also, they give him prasad, etc. The assistant says that, Maharaj, I am the one who is carrying all the books. Why you are respected more? So the Pandit says, you are carrying the books on your head. In the night you keep them down and you sleep. But I need to carry all these books in the night also, while sleeping also. So that is the burden that I am carrying. And he gives another example, like one doctor who is a cardiologist. His car gets into repair. He goes to the mechanic and he tells, okay, repair it. The mechanic, he repairs it. And afterwards he gives some 1,000 rupees or 2,000 rupees. He tells, you do heart surgery, you take lakhs of rupees. For car also, engine is like heart only. I am repairing it, you are giving only less money. Then the doctor says, I repair it when the engine is on. When the heart is working, I need to repair it. Will you repair when the engine is on? So that's why he need to be more alert, more responsible. That's why more facilities and more respect, more resources are given to a person who have more responsibility. So similarly, the human beings have given more facilities because he has the more responsibility of striving for the spiritual realization. Like they kept one camera in a dog and left it, and they are monitoring what is its life in a day. So it is later they understood it is very horrible for that dog life. It went into some gutter, licked some water, and it is struggling to get some food here and there. And when it went to the other street, the remaining dogs chased her, and it came and sleeping. Someone suddenly came and kicked it. It ran, got up and ran. So they saw the animal life is very, very miserable. But at least we don't have that much misery. We can peacefully sleep. No one kicks us. Or we no need to, when we go are eating some food, other people don't come and beat us. So the more facilities are given to human being because more responsibility is there. So that's why we need to use this human body for the self-realization. Instead of that higher intelligence is used for developing the more and more comforts, material comforts in the eating, sleeping, mating, defending. It is like using the bench car for the plowing the field. So His Grace Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says, when we use if there is a farmer, he never saw any other vehicle in his life other than tractor. Someone gifted him a bench car. So he thought that, okay, this is also for plowing only. And he started plowing. Then 3 things happen. One is the car gets damaged. Second is field gets damaged. And the third is driver gets frustrated. So the car gets damaged means in our life the car is the body. Body gets damaged when we use a bench car for plowing the field. The car gets damaged. Similarly, when we use this body only for the eating, sleeping, mating, defending, the health gets damaged. Like someone smokes, he gets cancer. Someone drinks the alcohol, he gets liver cirrhosis. Someone engages in illicit sex, he gets the sexually transmitted diseases. So in that way, the car gets damaged, the body gets damaged if we use the body for the lower tendencies. Similarly, the field gets spoiled when we use the bench car. If the tractor, it uniformly plows, but the bench car, it plows a little bit here and the other place nothing. So in that way, the field gets spoiled. Similarly, when we engage in this higher intelligence that we got to the basic necessities of life, like eating, sleeping, mating, defending, we cause more damage to the environment. So we can see how in Bandra there is one canal. Even if someone is standing and traveling, by seeing the smell, he can understand that now Bandra came. That much polluted it is but previously its name is Miti River, because the water from that river is very sweet. Now we can't even imagine to taste that. So that is how the pollution, when we engage the higher intelligence for the lower basic tendencies, we pollute the world also. Not only we destroy our health, but we also destroy the environment around us. I was explaining one sloka to one devotee. Chirani kimpati nasanti disante bhiksham naivangripa parabruta sarito pasusyan ruddha guha kimajitovati nopasannan kasmat bhajanti kavayo dhanadurmadandan. I was just explaining, aren't the cloths are lying, Sukadeva Goswami is telling cloths are lying there on the street, we can use it. Or the trees are there, trees are giving food, we can eat it. Or the rivers dried up, rivers are still there, we can drink water. He innocently asked, Prabhuji, how can we drink river water? Because all the rivers are polluted completely. We can't even, we did so much pollution that we are proving the statements of the Sukadeva Goswami untrue. That kind of situation is. Of course, there are Himalayas, some streams are there, still sadhus can drink them. But in many of the rivers are polluted. Why? Because we are using the higher intelligence that is given to us for the lower tendencies. That's why there is one photo also came. In that photo it is shown, this is where the animals live, this is where humans live. That where the animals live, all the greenery, trees are there, stream is flowing. And where the humans are living, all the plastic covers, water bottles, garbage, everything. So why this is happening? Because of the misuse of the higher intelligence. Then third is, driver gets frustrated. He feels that, I am trying to plow it, but nothing is happening. He gets frustrated. Similarly, the soul, he feels frustrated when he is engaged only in the eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's why so many World Health Organization says the major disease is the mental diseases, the stress, depression, etc. And so many people are committing suicides because of the frustration. Because they are supposed to do something, but they are doing something that causes the frustration. So that's why we need to, when we engage in the spiritual life, for which when we start using the bench car for traveling, not for the plowing field, then these problems can be solved. Like ecology, the materialism and consumerism, they are the one actually which is causing damage to. But when someone is spiritual, he has non-material goals, that actually automatically solves the pollution problem. And health also will improve. Even the doctors tell don't smoke, don't drink, it will spoil your health. And even the self also, the self-destructive habits and behavior reduces by the spirituality. Like it is mentioned that some of the surveys they show, those who attend the religious gatherings, their suicide rate is less. than those who don't attend such religious gatherings. That's why we need to understand this human life is meant for the spiritual realization. Rudeha madhyam sulabam sudurlabam plavam sukalpam gurukarnadaram mayanukulena nabaswareritam puman bhavabdim nataret atmaha sa atmaha. So this human life is compared to boat, and the guru is compared to the captain, and the Vedic literature is the favorable winds which takes this boat to cross over the ocean. If someone don't use this boat for crossing the material samsara, he is actually killer of the soul. Sa atmaha means you're not using the soul for which it is meant for. So that's why we need to be very. We got this rare opportunity to engage in the spiritual life. This human body is given to us, and where one is given the higher intelligence. So there is one prison. In that prison, 84 people are there. The rule in that prison is you need to leave the prison on your own. You should have a desire to leave that prison. Then only you will be allowed. So to test that, they give you a ladder. Okay, you really want to go out, you use this ladder and cross over this boundary wall of the prison. So 4 people are there who are staying since a long time. So they are given the 4 ladders. One of them felt, oh, I am frustrated in this prison. Let me use this ladder, cross over. And he crossed over and went. Other person, he felt that, बहुत ठंडी है इधर, ये अभी भी winter season है. So he felt that, let me break this ladder and use that wood for bonfire. Let me be comfortable in this place. And other person, he felt that, why I only need to have this nice comfort, others should also get. He started sharing with others the wood after breaking the ladder. And the other person, they started using that wood to hit each other. So these are actually the human life. Human life, that ladder is the higher intelligence that is given to us. Someone uses that to cross over. Some other person, who knows what is there other side of the wall, is some mythology, who has seen it. If someone saw Vaikuntha is there, if someone saw God is there, better live happily here, break the ladder, keep the bonfire and live happily. And some philanthropists, they say that, okay, we'll share with others also. No need to go there, but here only we all live happily. Live and let live, like that. And the other person, they take that higher intelligence to cause damage to others. They invent some poison that will be added in the food, people will die. So these kind of people. So that's why we should we should use this higher intelligence that is given to us for crossing over this material world. We will see the story of Puranjana from Srimad Bhagavatam. This sloka tells, Rajo Adhika, and also the passion is more. And also, Srila Prabhupada writes, the human being is more passionate than animals, and thus the sex life of human beings is more irregular. So this will give us some understanding how the attraction between man and woman causes the misery, and also how to come out of it. So it is mentioned, from Vishnu comes Brahmaji, and from Brahmaji comes Atri. Atri married to Anasuya, they have 3 children, Soma, Dattatreya, and Durvasa. From Soma came Buddha. Buddha married to Ila. Buddha and Ila, they gave birth to Pururava, who is also called Aila, because Ila's son, that's why he is called Aila. So one time, parallelly, in that way Pururava is there, parallelly, The Urvasi, she got a curse from the Mitra and Varuna. Mitra and Varuna, when they saw the beauty of Urvasi, they discharged semen, and that is kept in a pot. From that took birth the Vasishta and Agastya. Because Vasishta also had a curse. Vasishta, he told Nimi Maharaj, I will do a yajna for you. Nimi Maharaj told, okay. But by the time Indra called Vasishta, you do yajna in the Swargalok. He asked Nimi Maharaj, you wait, I will complete that yajna and come back. Nimi Maharaj told, death can come anytime, I will not wait. And he took another priest and he completed the yajna. When the Vasishta came, he became angry. You did not wait for me, I told you to wait. And he cursed him, may you lose your body. Nimi Maharaj is also powerful. He also cursed, you also lose your body. So in that way, Vasishta lost that body and he took birth from the this Mitra and Varuna. From that he again took birth. So in that way, that Mitra Varuna, they cursed Urvasi, you become a human being. So she developed human habits. And she heard from the Narada Muni the glories of Pururava. So by hearing only we get the attraction. She developed attraction towards Pururava. She approached Pururava. I want to marry you. So he told that, yes, I am happy to marry you. Then she told 3 conditions. I have these 2 sheep, you need to, lambs, you need to protect them. And also, whatever I eat, that need to be made with ghee. And also, you should never visible to me naked. So Prabhupada writes, in the higher planetary system, Swargaloka, the food they eat is made of ghee, sattoguna. And also they don't roam with half naked body or full naked. They are well dressed in the Swargaloka. Then it was happening, but Indra, he told Gandharvas, please bring back Urvasi again. So these 2 Gandharvas went in the dead of the night. They stole the 2 lambs and they were going away. Then Urvasi chastised him. I married a woman, eunuch is lying here. Although my lambs are stolen by the Gandharvas. Immediately by hearing those harsh words, he get up. He was naked at that time. He goes to get those lambs. They gave the lambs, but from their body they created so much light. It all illuminated. Then Urvasi saw the Pururava naked. So the condition broke. Immediately she left. She left and went away. The Pururava, he became mad. He is missing the Urvasi and he started lamenting. He became mad and he was lamenting. Then finally, he meets her at Kurukshetra. There she counsels him. Control your senses, don't be mad after women. She gives so much counsel, but Pururava, he doesn't listen. No, at any cost I want you. She tells, okay, once in a year you can meet me. So in that way, he starts meeting the Urvasi once in a year. But he is not satisfied with that. Then finally, he does yajna. This is how yajna came in the Treta Yuga. Previously, in the Satya Yuga, there is no yajna. People are chanting Om and there is only one Veda, only one Varna. First time in the Treta Yuga, he prays to the Gandharvas. They gave him Agnistali. He thinks that she is Urvasi and goes some point and he understands she is not Urvasi. And she lives there. And he takes 2 Arani woods and he keeps them. Lower wood is the Urvasi, upper wood is himself, and the wood between is their son. He meditates like that. And by chanting the mantras and by rubbing the wood, he creates the fire. And that is how he does the yajna. By pleasing the Lord, he goes to the Gandharvaloka. And in that way, he gets again the association of the Urvasi. But after some time, in the 11th canto, it comes the Aila Gita, the Pururava's lamentation. He tells that I am cheated. So much time is passed and I did not realize only. I am enjoying and time is passed away. And I just became a toy in the hands of my senses. And I am so shameless, although she rejected me and went. But still I am going after her, please accept me, so shameless I am. And these senses are never satisfied. So he tells that if the fire is there, we want to remove that fire, and to put out the fire, if you are adding more and more ghee, it will only blaze more and more. So in that way, I am trying to pacify the senses, but it is increasing more and more only. So then he tells, the only solution is Lord's mercy. Otherwise, I am not able to control these senses. I am not able to overcome these senses. Only Lord's mercy and the sadhu sangha, the association devotees, that only will help me. And I can't blame her also, because she gave me the counsel, but it is me who did not follow it. So in that way, the Pururava, he laments and he tells, controlling the mind means we need to control the senses, because mind contemplates on the things that it has seen or heard, because from the senses the input goes to the mind. And mind generally contemplates on the recently what is seen, what is heard. So that's why he tells, if I can restrict the senses, then easy to control the mind. That is how the Pururava, he laments and he leaves the association of Urvasi, and finally he attains the Supreme Lord. So in that way, we need to have that right conception. Right conception means Krishna is the master, I am the servant. And right consciousness, whatever I see, that I should engage in the service of the Lord. Like Hanumanji, when he saw Ram, he saw, oh, here is my master. And when he saw Sita, okay, I need to unite her with the Lord Ram. When Ravan saw Ram, oh, he is a forest dweller. When Ravan saw Sita, he thought that, oh, she is meant for my enjoyment. So in that way, that is the wrong concept and wrong consciousness. Right concept is, Krishna is the master and I am the servant. Right consciousness is, whatever I say, I will try to engage in the service of the Lord. So in today's class, we saw how the human intelligence, humans are given higher responsibilities. That's why they are given the higher facilities. And humans are given higher intelligence so that they can strive for the spiritual realization, not for the material comforts. And we also saw the Pururava story, how the attraction between a man and woman, it causes the misery. And the solution to come out of it is the Lord's mercy, sadhu sangha. And also, in that way, we saw this 10 topics of creation nicely described by Sukadeva Goswami here. We'll stop here. Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.